Hello, and welcome back to a Ratchet Clank Rift Apart. I was waiting for Yogi to tell me a story here for a while, so that's where I got this picture frame from. If that ends up being the thumbnail, I'm not even going to be upset.
Very cinematic looking, as I told him.
Right, so we got two options. We got Torren IV and we got Cordelian. So basically, we got Torren IV and Torren IV.
The fixer better be ready to fix some phase cords.
You better be ready to fix some phase quartz.
Yeah, so if you remember from last time, we may or may not have accidentally destroyed a dimension, but we also destroyed some phase quartz. Good for us! So now we need to go to fix it.
It was worth it. Don't act like it wasn't.
Oh, it was absolutely worth it to destroy a dimension.
But out here, things never go according to
Who
plan.
needs dimensions? Not me.
Is a skill you
They're
learn
optional
very
anyway.
fast.
I also have a talent for improvisation.
Okay, I've mentioned this before and I'll mention it again. Please fix his poor arm.
Yeah.
This isn't like a situation like you could literally give him a replacement part in like an hour tops.
Cords repaired.
Also, isn't it pronounced improvisation?
Yes,
Not
I
improvisation?
hope so too.
I've heard both.
Maybe it's one of those.
I think it's one of those local
European-
dialect things.
Yeah, maybe it's a local dialect thing, or maybe it's like a European to American thing.
And it could even be like California to Arizona because I thought it sounded right. Like the way you're saying it sounds wrong.
You know what I'm thinking of? I think too is I'm thinking of like improvisation when it comes to music. It's called improvisation there when we're referring to music. So I could be thinking of that.
The
Gun
bridge
still
seems
sounds
to
like
be
two, but
out of commission.
Bet it was a raid.
that was
Places
it's. Speaking
like
of sound
this
design, I
usually
was
have
playing
to
like a
fend for
game.
themselves against bandits.
It made me think
Or
about.
I mean,
pirates.
like I actually noticed something earlier, which I don't know if Arctic's doing anything weird. It might be. Most weapons in this game have sounds coming out of the PS5 speaker, so you're not hearing the full sound effect.
Oh, it's not picking it up. So are you telling me the pea shooter doesn't sound completely terrible?
They are more
I mean, it still sounds like a pea shooter.
in my dimension.
It's just a more full pea shooter.
Blang. I don't know. I just don't
one
like
button.
how it sounds. I don't know. I just feel like
Head
it's kind of
size!
in terms of weapons.
Oh, that's
I
going
feel
on
like-
for challenge mode, but not now.
Wait, what happened?
My gold bolt reward was big and small head mode.
Oh. As it should be. I'm still glad they're keeping those like really old cheat code things more or less. Also, welcome to Crack in Time, guys.
Yep, it is straight up Torren 4. They told us that at the beginning. The longest time during the advertising for this game, I was confident it was supposed to be Trail Canyon. It's not. I don't know where I got that from.
I mean, they're on that place too, to be fair, but there's not really buildings anywhere.
I mean, like, they're both decently large desert planets.
Yeah, but one is more confined to, like, I guess, not caves, like structures and stuff like that. Trail Canyon has like a huge open area that takes up most of the stage.
It's a decently
Ooh, there's
big
water,
outdoor
though.
section.
You know what that means? That means those little
alright,
bugs are gonna come.
Not this time, they're not. Uh-oh. What?
It is an annoying feature to me in that game.
Yeah, I didn't actually mind as much as that joke makes a sound. If you know where they're gonna be, you can bait them away easy enough.
You can run past them pretty easy. I think it's more annoying
there's
the
the Craig
first
Bear.
time. I think it's the thing to find out.
You are dying.
I found it more annoying. Yes, I was dying. I think I found it more annoying just the first time because you didn't have to kind of sit and wait and stuff.
Glove of Doom?
Look, they always have to bring it back.
And it's always trash. Why?
I think it's safe to say it was only good in the first game because the first game basically every weapon scales pretty well.
Like, and even then, like, there was better options by the time you could buy it. Like, it wasn't the worst weapon in 13. Not just like 2016, it wasn't abysmal. It just fell off fast.
Yeah.
Up and the other game, or the other weapon in the game never dies. So how many games has the Buzzblade's been in now?
Yeah, and
Pretty-
this weapon in particular always depresses me. Because I think I said this in the last part. If I didn't say this in the last part, I know I said this to you privately. But like, god damn, like this weapon sucks. Like it's good. It's good in only like Ratchet 2, and even then it's not that good. I mean, you have to like jump just so you don't have the stupid cast time on your like for tossing it out.
Looks like
Yeah,
you
go
got
to Doom.
that beauty.
But seriously, I think the Buzzblade. I don't think the Buzzblades have ever been good. Like, yeah, they're supposed to do a whole bunch of damage and stuff, or like not a whole bunch of damage. They're supposed to shoot a whole bunch out, so then they can do a whole bunch of like AOE damage.
Shots
Right?
travel farther.
But there are so many weapons that just do the Buzzblades' job.
Yeah, like that's especially a problem here because like the Buzzblades would already be covered between the Blast Pistol and the Lightning Rod.
And it doesn't help that the Buzzblades probably do less damage than both of them because there's so much ammo to it that you're supposed to rapid fire. I think that's why I think the chopper isn't that bad in Ratchet and Clank 2.
Okay, somehow the name didn't give it away. Yes, it's Torren IV. Hi.
Is the fixer on this planet?
I'm the fixer on this planet. Actually, isn't Ratchet the fixer on this planet?
Not
We were
entirely
told
sure.
that he can fix phase quartz.
Remember, he fixed the village. They had a code, whatever.
I mean, Fred, you're right. He is the fixer.
Told you. What? They're building a freaking mech?
What part of that looks like fixer to you? That looks like giant death machine.
Him.
Yeah, can we fix it and use it?
Yeah, can we send that over to Nefarious City?
Yeah, please. Then he'll get to feel the wrath of the Snivel.
Honestly, between that and the giant kit, I think we'd be set.
I kind of don't like that those guys have a really generic voice now.
After this, are you and Ratchet
They
going
had a
to the
very weird
Lost dimension?
voice
It
in
is possible.
the Kraken time, which
Ratchet is
I guess
uncertain.
felt more
Perhaps he is
alien,
afraid that
because you know they are aliens.
Why afraid?
it is
So I don't know. I just kind of liked it a little more, especially because they were like,
He doesn't want to
I don't
go.
know, those guys aren't full robots, right? They're just mostly robots. Or-
I'm not entirely sure. I've treated them as all robot personally, but just
It's
because
so
it's
weird
easier.
because like they look like a full robot, right? But then they have a mask that sort of infers that they're not, so it's like very confusing to me. So like, yeah, I'm also like not sure.
Oh, that just level train there for no reason. Okay, I see.
So in Ratchet and Clank, a crack in the bum hole. This is where you get the hover boots by the not last Lombax to exist, because remember they threw that plot point out very quickly for some reason. But then they still like to say he is the last Lombax.
Like, I can at least accept, like, maybe he's the last Lombax alive in his dimension. But that's about the most I'm willing to give them.
Canyon.
Yeah, because like,
There is no way.
especially because what's it called? What's his name? God, what is his name? I'm really bad with names. It started with an A.
You're gonna need to give me more than that.
The other Lombax.
Azimuth?
Hi, Angela. Azimuth, yes, thank you.
Well, you said
the thing
he,
is, like,
so...
yeah, so he's like a well-known exile, right? So how in God's name did it go under their radar at all? It was like he's well-documented exile.
He's the well-documented exile, but it seems like he's only well-documented exiled in very select circles.
A hurl shot's
all
gonna
his
get us
fault.
across that chasm? It's huge.
Yes.
I miss the
And I am
fairness.
not thrilled about the name either. But we
Chunk incoming.
So I do kind of miss that he doesn't have that crack in his head this time. You get it? A crack in time? I think that was the joke, Naya.
I'm still mad we didn't get the original name, which I know is very out of character for me. That's more of a youth thing to say.
Another one.
Okay, how immature was it? Hit me with it.
Clockbusters.
Guessing it has something to do with
Yeah, apparently it was too risque.
Fines?
Honestly, yeah, you know, this is really weird, because I think I actually prefer Crack in Time. I think it rolls off the tongue better.
There's a rift.
Though Clockbusters I wouldn't be disappointed with, mind you. Like, I'd be totally okay.
Like, I acknowledge, like, as a pure title, Back in Time explains what is going on in the game better. It's just... It doesn't have the character.
You know, it does, but at the same time, there's really not a lot of time-related stuff in the game when you really think about it. You go to the bee's knees, there's only a few segments where it really is important.
Oh boy, this bit.
It goes straight.
There's just hit left and right there, and it still throws me off, because it does not look like that's what you're supposed to do. It killed me a lot during the live streams.
Mail. You host so many live streams. Where are the death streams?
Oh no.
I mean, I already did Birth by Sleep. What more do you want from me? Jack 2 again?
It's only a matter of time.
Look here, mateys, this looks useful. In fact, I've a notion that it be crucial.
For better or for worse. It'll be better.
They're all speaking in rhyme. Oh no.
Guess fate really loves seeing you get your butt kicked, Pierre.
So wait, is Pierre alternate dimension or?
Yes, he's alternate dimension Pete.
Okay. Okay.
We saw him at the beginning of this game. Come on.
His name is Pete. I couldn't remember his name was Rusty Pete for some reason, but now that you said Pete, I remembered the Rusty part of it.
So these enemies with the shields are the absolute worst. They are the worst enemies in the game, easily.
Can you press R2 and square and take it off, the shields off?
No, not in this game. It's disappointing.
I like that was a thing.
Yeah, it was nice.
I like that in the combat loop, it meant that you had to find like for a moment of brevity.
Yeah, that was a good feature in Quest for Booty and Crack in Time. It was good.
Yeah. I think for the combat loop, it does just enough to give you an extra moment of brevity. Obviously, unless you like Groovitron or something.
But I mean, that just meant you had another option to get around.
Exactly. And you know, at that point, it depends. Like, do you want to use a Groovitron? What's it called? A Groovitron charge, because in a Crack in Time, the Groovitron has, I think, 4 max ammo, even maxed out, at least pre-challenge mode. I don't know if it goes up after challenge mode at all. So, you know, it actually does have, and it doesn't drop from any crates, so ammo crates, so it does actually have less use, or like, it's less abusable in the game compared to something like 2016. Now that I've played both games, I could tell how broken it was, and I could also now see why you never thought it was as broken as people made it out to be, possibly. I still think it's very broken given how it works, but at least in a Crack in Time, if you use all the charges, you're probably gonna, like, very quickly, you're gonna be screwed for a while, because you're probably not gonna get, like a shot very quickly, because they're not around every other corner. Unlike 2016, where you get, like, 6 ammo or something for the Groovitron.
Yeah, no, judging 2016 as the benchmark for anything in this series is kind of a bad idea.
Yeah, true. Honestly, I was gonna say Tools might have handled it better, but I honestly think.
Alright, new gadget time, let's go!
I think the other thing handled it better, not Tools. I think the new game handled it. Or not new game, Crack in Time, I think handled it better. Because it's a low ammo weapon that you can't get ammo after. Though at the same time, I kind of feel like if you hit challenge mode, or maybe if you hit the Rhino, maybe at that point you should probably get ammo, because you could just spam the Rhino for the rest of the game if you really wanted to, and you're kind of safe. Why are you going so fast? Alright, so you know what? Actually, I have a real question, Mayo. This is regarding the continuity of this game again. So, I have a question. All right, hear me out, Mayo. How the hell did Rivet get the Huffy Boots?
I don't know, and it bothers me too. Also, Ratchet's gonna end up with this whole item we just got too. So it's both ways. It doesn't make any more sense.
So wait, are all the gadgets automated in this game like in 2016?
Hover Boots isn't, but everything else is.
Well, hover boots, you have buttons to fix that, so I don't count that nearly as much, but everything else is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the hover boots have like a keybind. Okay, that's good. Because I was gonna say, I do really like the buttons on the like the quick switching on the D-pad being an option. I do really enjoy that.
I like that, and I think it was a lot better that way than what they did to 2016 in Rift Apart, where they're just tied to quick select weapons that you're never gonna know what they are. You're never gonna use it.
I think it's good if you like adjust it to your liking and then actually like use it in that sense to your liking. I think that
Maybe,
that
but the
makes
thing is, they
swapping
still
weapons
have the up your arsenal system, where you can double tap triangle to go to your most recent weapon 3 times through. So 3 of the 4 are already taken anyway.
That's not up your arsenal. That's
Yeah, it is.
Since it's the first game.
The first and second game let you do it for 2 weapons. Up your arsenal did it for 3.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that actually. I thought it was just 2.
Nope.
Technically, it's 4. Well, never mind. It would be 4 in the 2016 game. 3 in this game because the camera mode.
Oh, I mean, it could have been 4. I added the camera mode button in there. Because I'd rather have something I'm actually going to use in there.
I guess it depends on if you just remember which weapons where, and then how quick you are to press the button. The D-pad can be useful. I like the option.
I'm running out of ammo. I guess I'm using level 5, so I just got nothing.
Are you getting tired, Rivet? Perhaps you would like a new dance partner!
Oh, great. Last thing I needed. No. No, Pierre. Not again. I don't want to fight the same boss again.
Are we going to, dance?
No, we are not.
Fine. I like dancing.
Really love having bosses. Mini bosses / bosses. Things with
Let's not mention how unfair this is. That the enemies can use bouncer ammo and I can't.
I mean, they've been doing that since like part 1.
Yeah, but here, this is the first level where it's like super noticeable.
Ah. Why did he do this again?
This is what she gets for trying to steal what is ours!
Yours?
You stop jumping everywhere! How much you're jumping? I think this is Mario! Oh, here. Go back with you.
It'd be a fool's quest to look for the fixer. I shall save ye the trouble. I'm gonna enjoy and...
So I'm trying to compare. Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
it's
compare
fine.
2 images. So the reason why is I'm trying to compare 2 images. Somebody sent me, right? It's a side-by-side image. Where somebody showed me a game. I'm not going to mention what game, but there's a game there's an old photo and a new photo for, I guess, to show how they updated it since the last progress report or something, right? And they're back-to-back photos, and I literally see no difference. But apparently, it's very subtle, and it made my friend go from disliking how it looked to liking it. But it's so... whatever it is, I can't see it.
Can you post it in Discord?
I can't see anything different.
Mind you, I can't look at it right now because I'm in the middle of a boss fight, but
Maybe I'm just blind? Like, I literally...
oh, life of the party!
see the
Deploy
difference.
50 Mr. Fun Guys.
Nice.
This is what you get for trying to steal what is ours.
Trying so hard to find a difference in these two images. I literally can't.
You aren't Mario! Please stop jumping everywhere! Oh, thank you, I got stunned.
Fool's quest. Look for the fixer. I shall save ye the trouble.
Oh, Glove of Doom leveled up.
You're not going to scuttle me.
I feel like I'm missing a meme or something.
There, boss done. And I got 3 Ratanium. It looks slightly darker on the new. That's all I see, though.
I'm so lost. That's it. I need to cheat. I need to go to where the source of this image is located. I can't figure it out.
Like, it's most noticeable in second from the top for me. Like, they all look slightly darker, though.
I suggest we abandon
I
ship.
can't see it. I don't see the darkness either.
Like, on the backpack and on that hat?
Nice one, Bolts.
Ever so slightly, sure, but like that's too subtle for me to care about. I didn't even notice it. That's how subtle it is.
I mean, it's pretty drastic to me. I noticed it right away.
Okay, well, I just sent it to another friend of mine, and they say they see nothing, so I'm not entirely crazy, thank God.
I can't really focus on it right now. That's just the one thing that immediately stood out
you
to
don't
me.
need to. I'm sorry. I'm just like I'm trying so hard to figure this out. There has to be something hidden in here.
know good merchandise when you see it.
I can't figure it out. There's less.
Yay, there's even a cup holder trophy!
There's less blur. I see a little less blur. I'm starting to get into the like literal nitty gritties of this stupid image, trying to figure out
opened on
what the heck is the difference. It's pissing me off, Mayo.
An additional sprinkler can be deployed at the same time. That is a waste of ammo. Don't do that.
Leave us so soon.
I mean, what if one is preoccupied with getting some other enemy as the other one?
It is, but you can only have 4 out at a time.
I mean, it is like a mini turret glove. Doesn't it do damage still?
Being a giant
No.
robot is not what I expected.
And I know it doesn't because I have the RPG thing out, so I can see the exact
Oh,
numbers.
Not my experience with big robots, but we'll see.
Just we get it, Rivet, you're racist. Everyone in the games we're going through right now is racist.
Yeah, we got racist against Dekus, and then we have racist against robots. You know, it's like no one wins. There's only one winner now. Me. I win.
The most baffling thing, like at least in Majora's case, like even the Dekus are racist against Dekus.
Persuaded.
It's so weird. It's kind of funny though.
In a tragic kind of way, yes.
Oh, that smells so.
I wonder why they're all so racist to him. The guards are like the only ones who aren't racist, and they're being like logical. They're like, okay, you're a kid, like, you know,
Yeah.
we don't want you
That's
to leave.
fair.
Yeah.
Bolts, yes, bolts.
Yeah, but the inflation is still low, man.
Which is why I need every bolt I can get.
I don't know if this is just a me thing, but I prefer when the game gives me a large number of bolts. It feels, I guess, more satisfying.
I actually prefer it lower. So, like, this is good for me.
I only prefer it lower in the first game because of how little bolts, I guess, come to you, if that makes sense.
Robot is not what I expected.
Because there's not a lot of bolts that fly to you in that game,
Gentle
in
giant.
the first game anyways.
Experience with big
That is completely irrelevant from where I stand, so I guess there you go. That's our difference.
I think the thing, maybe the thing about this game that bugs me about the bolts is
Nice
like,
flying box.
there are so little bolts that fly to you. Or not so little, there's a lot of bolts that fly to you, right? But the value isn't very high. It's kind of, it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. I feel like I should be getting more than what the game is giving me. So it's like an OCD thing more than anything. Like, it doesn't hurt
Like, it's
the grand
something
scheme
that
of
I
things.
absolutely prefer it this way, and I would be willing to die on this hill.
Well, you're a freak of nature, Mayo, and I'm
You're the
telling
freak
you,
of nature.
You're the freak of nature because I said so. How are you gonna fight
Now,
that?
like,
huh?
one of my biggest pet peeves in games is when they just pointlessly increase values on things.
Yeah, overinflation can be annoying.
Yeah, like,
I
if
agree on that.
if the cheapest thing in a game is 100,000 bolts, then, like, at that point, just make it 10,000. And decrease everything by 10. It's just extremely pointless.
I think my main difference or whatever is just like in what's it called, in
Fascinating.
something like a Ratchet and Clank 3.
the fixer.
You're getting about as many bolts that fly to you, if not more, in general, so the bolt counter does naturally get higher. But in this game, it's like, it feels like you're getting as much bolts as maybe like, almost a Crash Bandicoot 2, as Ratchet and Clank 2. So, I don't know, it feels like, I don't know, it's just like when I see all those bolts flying to me, it just feels like I should be getting it. So it's kind of weird to me. It's one of those feeling things. For me, that is.
You're gonna pay for making a scuttler.
Really, you're gonna make me fight this thing again?
I mean, yeah, you remember the boss in, what was it, 2 planets ago? There were, I think it was 2, both like 2 and 3 planets ago. There's that one boss you had to fight like 7 times.
Keep 'em coming, Pierre.
Yeah, there's the one in Sargasso that you keep fighting over and over.
Yeah. The game is really insistent on showing you all these cool bosses that you fought already.
Yeah,
I told you, this game is oddly boss happy.
I don't mind it
Like,
being
it
boss
gives me-
happy. I just wish it was different bosses. Like, even if it's just like enlarged enemies, I can live with that if it's
Yeah.
only done once.
I was gonna say, I don't mind a large amount of bosses for the most part, as long as they're like different, fun, unique, you know, etc., etc. That's probably one of the big reasons why Dark Souls 2 bosses kind of are bleh, especially because a lot of the bosses are bleh already. But it's like when you start giving me an overabundance of bosses and they all feel the same, the game starts feeling samey. This game has a real like hard on for just bosses in general, bosses and mini bosses. And sometimes a little potato salad.
Oh no.
I like how you so happen to die around that exact moment in time.
Yeah, this area is awful. I had a lot of trouble here during my live stream.
I'm just waiting for you to
It's,
come along and fight for yourself.
and it's exclusively because of the shield enemies.
Game definitely seems much harder than the Tracking Time hard mode. Tracking Time hard mode, kind of underwhelming. I thought it felt about as hard as Up Your Arsenal on just a pre-challenge mode, I guess. Oh, don't cry, little baby.
That's an us thing. No stealing.
Yeah, no stealing. We made it up. We created it. We created crying, isn't that right, Mayo?
Sassy backpack.
Well, I guess technically Tack created something. If you really think about it.
I'll say
I
fine.
I
I'm
still
really running low on
very
weapons. I
much-
can actually level up.
I still very much love the pixelizer sound effect, by the way. Like when you pixelize them, they get like distorted, like pixely distorted with how their voice sounds.
Wait, you're able to hear that? It's like that one's almost exclusively coming out of the controller.
We'll take the hint.
Yeah, I can hear that. Well, maybe it works both. Maybe it's pretty prominent in game and on
Maybe.
your controller. Cause yeah, I do hear it.
Time to fight a boss again! The same boss! Oh, sorry, no, it was Wee Roger, not so Wee Roger. Totally different, I swear.
Honestly, they should just not give these guys a health bar at this point. Just say they're basic enemies. Like, they're popping up so frequently.
Honestly, might as well, like, just decrease their health a little bit. Who cares?
Yeah. Maybe, I wonder if this is just a hard mode exclusive thing. Have you ever tried doing lower difficulty?
I sincerely doubt it is, and no, I haven't.
No. I doubt it is too, but, you know, if I had to take a guess or something, I could see that being a possibility sort of thing, you know? I don't think it is the case, but it could be the case. Maybe we're the dumb ones after all.
Oh, we are the dum-dums. We already know this.
Yeah. My mom
Oh,
told me
good.
otherwise, but I don't believe her. What? No, your game is broken.
Not again. I mean, this game is very broken. Remember last time we got stuck on the grind rail area?
Yeah, that was funny.
Or when Miss Zircon was terrified of... Not even just her, like, everybody was terrified of us.
Everyone was terrified, like there were enemies around, like you were the enemy. Speaking of which, for everyone else here, because Mayo already knows my headcanon, my headcanon is that is 100% what happened. They were just scared of us for destroying the planet, and we are now in an alternate timeline where that is not.
Yeah, of course. What we actually depict is just reboot the game. It's easy enough. It's just... Ooh, nice basic explosion effect. I saw... They didn't even get rid of the lines for the PNG image.
But there's no point
Oof.
worrying about
It could be worse. It could be the what's it called? The explosion effect on the English box art for Shadow the Hedgehog.
I mean, that one's only rough because they forgot to draw in a box.
Dude, it
Which
looks
is
like
still-
cheese. It looks like cheese. It's so bizarre. Or at least, I should take it back. Not the full thing. Like, part of it looks like a proper explosion. And there's another part that
Like,
looks like...
most of it looks... Like, it's literally just because, like, they were supposed to draw on a rock and they clearly didn't. And it's so jarring.
Yeah, it is a very odd situation, suffice to say.
It's like, I still, like, the rest of the box looks fine, but... That one thing kind of makes it look 100 times goofier than it should.
Where my friend circled out what was different, and the first image he circled the entire thing, so you know that's good.
Well, yeah, of course.
How exactly will we fix the fixer?
I guess we have to turn him on first.
I think it's just the shading is slightly different. It's almost unnoticeable!
I feel like I could give it more of an eye, like if I wasn't doing this right now.
Must be the fixer's
It's just... So almost all my attention is going on to this. Oh, we reactivated the death machine. Hey, would you mind rampaging in the Fairy City for a few minutes?
Please and thank you.
I am broken,
Oh, well, okay.
as is everything. Nothing can
Oh,
be
Of
fixed.
course,
Uh-oh.
of course, the big robot Iron Giant is depressed. I've seen that movie before.
And of course, talking about everything being broken.
Oh,
And of
my.
course, he
Hey,
decides
speaking
to
of, would you mind
really
fixing
destroy
Clank's
something.
arm? I am going to keep bringing this up. Until this game is over.
At least the pirates are taken care of.
Please focus
So
on the
we just
grinding.
activated the fixer.
Yep, we just
Oh,
activated the death
okay.
machine.
The whole
Yeah.
place down.
Jump ahead.
So wait, why is he getting rid of us when we just protected him?
Because he's insane.
Leading measure. Destruction is our natural state.
Because it's trying to fix things and it thinks you're a problem despite the fact you're clearly not.
The fellow broken one
Right?
must expect your broken.
I think it's just broken to a state of thinking everything is broken.
Me?
Because of your arm?
Well, I hope the people, I forget the name of the race here, I hope they regret the fact
No,
that
the Rivet, there's a very big difference. I see what you're trying to do, but it's an objectively wrong stance.
Because I'm having a hard time.
Wait, are they different?
I'll run away from a
Yes, because Rivet has a replacement arm.
I am working.
No, not Rivet. What's it called? The dudes.
mine's collapsed.
Wait, are you talking about the game or are you talking about something I said? I'm confused.
The game.
Oh! Okay, I thought you were referring to me. I was like, wait a minute.
No,
did
no,
I say that?
I stopped listening to your ramblings.
I may
Time
have
to
an
start it.
idea.
I'm all ears.
Well, I was just, I was just rambling about how the native robo dudes of this area, they're probably pissed now that we activated the thing for them. Oh wow, he really is. Oh, I mean, he did say this already. Wait a minute. If he can't be fixed and he's the fixer, why don't you fix yourself by getting rid of yourself? It's a galaxy brain move right there.
Can everything stop falling apart, please?
I know this is just a glorified grind rail section, but it feels very scripted. It doesn't feel very Ratchet Clank to me.
You would think it is, wouldn't you? Oh, just wait till we get to challenge mode.
Oh. They change it to be like not scripted?
They didn't change anything.
Ah.
I am fixed.
What are you doing?
Improvising.
Yeah, just show him your right arm.
I may be different than I was, but you helped me realize I am still Clank.
Wow, nice lying skills. He calls it
To be fair,
improvising,
he
I'll
is-
call it lying.
To be fair, he is... What's it called? He is a robot. Robots know how to talk to robots.
When the bullet asked
Presumably.
me to protect them, it opened my eyes to a great many broken things.
Ooh, like a
So
broken
very
society.
many.
And you became distressed.
Wait, if the society went broken, does that mean he would just start destroying everything and everyone?
All is not lost.
I want to see that plot line. Where we get to see the politics of this world and then something goes wrong. He's like, it's wrong! Time to fix!
Wait, all you have to do to fix something is shoot out eye lasers? Really? If that's all it is, why'd you go on a rampage?
See, he has the red laser of death and then he has the purple laser of fix.
Thank you.
Okay.
Old giant robot, the gift of hope.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask what I did back at the start when we got here. Can you go on a rampage into Fairy City for a few minutes, please?
Yeah, that place needs some real fixing.
Yeah, it desperately needs some fixing.
Let's get back
Oh, another one, an emotional support robot.
I
Meet the
like
fixer.
that
I hope Ratchet had
trilogy.
an easier time building a new Dimensionator.
If he doesn't come back for like the final boss fight or something, I would be kind of disappointed.
I did.
He is a big robot.
Looks like you're a natural even in my dimension.
The
I-
damage numbers just pop up for you hitting what's it called?
Anything that deals
An NPC.
damage. So, yeah, like I can just attack a random guy and they'll still give me numbers.
That's actually a really good damage check in general. Like base damage check. Just
Oh,
find
yeah.
a random NPC that's sitting in place and just shoot like one shot at them all the time. As long as obviously it can hit them in some way. don't know if there's any
yeah.
proximity-related things.
The only thing I can think of that it wouldn't work on would be something like the Ricochet, because it has to attack an enemy.
Yeah, or like the water fountain thingy majiggy. Granted, that we know that.
Oh, yeah.
But if it did, we wouldn't know from checking that.
Just going here so I can maybe I can do the Enforcer challenge now. Now that it's at level 5 and has all the Raritanium pieces in.
Let Miss Zircon
You can
make
buy the
you a
Void Repulsor
deal.
now. You know, sure, let's get everything in the Void Repulsor that we just bought. I guess I'll save it for now. And, yeah. Half rest for the deploy shield, full for fire, or in our case, hold down the strafe button or L2 in order to bring it out.
Can you place it down?
No. It's just you have it out in front of you. Finally get this one. I've been waiting to get.
Nice work finding those spy bugs. 5 more and Miss Zircon will be a weapon with no equal.
Okay, speaking of those, I did not listen to the Spy Bot back in Monolith, so we'll go through both.
Used to be Scar Stew. Thank you, Emperor Nefarious. Zircon
Scar
is a
Stew?
family-run rest stop
Is that a planet that was in the
used
other
to
games?
remain off the grid.
Want me to Google it?
Refueling
Do it.
platforms
Ratchet
and
Clank
full-service
Scar Stew?
restaurants. This establishment caters to smugglers, pirates, resistance members, and anyone else wishing to try the best flirtberry pie this side of Santa Fe. Finally, the recent dimensional crisis has
Scar
brought some
Stew
unexpected
debris field?
changes to the establishment.
I mean, that would basically just be Zerkies, wouldn't it?
Comprised of criminals and
Um,
having your dining room in another
Scat throughout
dimension
Ratchet
is
Clank
quite
ripped
a
apart,
perk.
Scartsu debris field, Zerkies level. Yeah, okay. that's
Yeah,
just-
okay, and then the Monolith.
I think Scarsu is the name of the planet?
Yeah, I guess before it was destroyed, okay.
Yeah, this other website says Scartsu's debris field, and then in parentheses says Zerkies. So yeah, they're one and the same.
Have managed a fairly stable business, salvaging the bones of these classic warriors. Or at least they did, until the pirates began to loot them on a regular
Maybe
basis.
Zerkies was what it was before, yeah. That's all I could assume. Yo, there's a Q4 helmet here. Did you get that? I think you did.
What? The helmet?
There's a
You've gotten a little
There's a
quiet back
Q-Force helmet.
Everything okay?
I may have slightly misrepresented.
It's in a pocket dimension, so you probably got it.
Well, I mean,
I think there's only
You
one
did.
pocket dimension here, and it's at the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Q-Force helmet.
Quartz is
one of the rarest minerals in
Are you still going over this line?
Right.
We've already got... they're still going over grabbing the phase quartz. Like, yeah, we got it. We broke it, and then we fixed it.
Yeah, we got the fixer. So is this the Enforcer thing you're just retrying to actually win now that it's up?
Yes, now that it's level 5
die?
with all of the... Thankfully, it wasn't a death.
Nope, you're still in the middle of your
What?
challenge.
Yeah.
Can you not shoot, like, on the middle of that thing? Maybe you shouldn't even use those wall runs. They seem to harm you more than help.
The issue
It's
with them is
quicker,
that you...
sure.
Yeah, it's faster if it works.
It's not that it doesn't work, it's the fact that it leaves you so wide open.
Yeah, and the fact that their bullets have such ridiculous knockback.
Yeah. I would just avoid them just for the sake of safety. That's just me. Especially because I've seen you just die so much to just trying to run on those. It's the furthest you've gotten, at least. Remember, this is the bronze challenge.
It's actually one of the hardest challenges out of all 3 of them, funny enough. Like, it is way too hard for how early it is.
He's going to suck your blood. Remember that? Have you ever seen Hotel Transylvania?
I've seen part of the first one, and that's it. And I remember nothing about it, because I remember really not liking that movie.
I like that movie. It's good.
I know a lot of people did, it did nothing for me.
Well, Mayo, maybe you should stop being an adult and become a kid again, okay?
I mean, like, there's plenty of kid animation, whatever, that I like. I just don't like that one.
Yeah, go back to your Frozen. I'm sorry, that was even used by my standards.
Hey, Frozen is a perfectly acceptable 6 out of 10 movie.
Look, it has one of Disney's worst twist villains, for one. And for two, it has Olaf, who I refuse to believe is anything but insufferable. Granted, you might get mad at me for this, but I still think the worst twist villain they have is Big Hero 6's twist villain.
I mean, that's the common opinion.
I know, but I don't know if you're in that crowd at all or not.
I mean, I'm the only person I know that didn't see him coming. Like, everyone I know saw him coming a mile away.
Yeah,
so I don't know if I'm just stupid.
I definitely was suspicious, and I was not happy that I was suspicious of it, because his motivations did not make any sense to me, like, at a base level. And then once you realize what his motivations were, it literally did not help. Like, I get what they were going for, but I think it was just written a little too poorly for an otherwise underrated movie. The Disney catalog.
I don't know if he's underrated or overhated. It's somewhere in that group, though.
I would say it's overhated. I feel like most people don't like it, which I don't know why. Like, it's not bad.
I mean, I feel like it's just one of those movies that, like, one popular YouTuber really doesn't like, so everybody just mimics their opinion.
It also could be that the twist villain has been talked about to death and people just started gaining a negative connotation just because the twist villain is just that bad. I don't think he's bad enough to ruin the movie. I just think it's fucking stupid.
No, and I still think there's worse twist villains than him. Like, I still think Hans is way dumber.
I would put Hans as the second to worst for me. Like, he's very close. I think the thing with Hans is it feels like he has a bit more of a motivation. It's still kind of out of nowhere and kind of bully.
What motivation?
It's kind of BS, but, you know.
Like, pray tell, what's his motivation? Because I still don't know what it is.
Ice powers for himself.
I don't buy it. Yeah, so that's the motivation he had when he was smiling like an idiot on that boat.
Well, welcome to twist villains. I hope Disney just stops doing them in general.
They're not good at it.
They were for a period.
When?
They decided not. Well, okay, I guess it depends. Like, who do you like? Where would you draw the line on a twist villain? Like, what would you say constitutes this one and what doesn't? I know some people would say, what's the name of the villain? What is his name? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Syndrome. I remember.
That's Pixar, not Disney, but okay.
Well, either way, people still say he's a twist. Like, he's a villain. Like, I'm just trying to make an example of, like, what do you consider a twist villain or whatever, right? Like,
I mean, kind of. Like, yeah, I see what you mean with that one being kind of up in the air.
yeah, and yeah, I mean, even if he was, he'd probably be the best one. Period. So, because he's actually like really good. And speaking of Pixar, another good one is.
I guess it depends. Like, if you're trying to. If you consider someone like John Silver from Ratchet Clank as a twist villain, like, he's a twist to the character, but not really to the audience.
Yeah, and but I think this is Pixar again, but I think the Prospect is a good twist villain in terms of good ones.
Stop naming Pixar. That's not Disney.
Sorry. You know who's a
Like
really,
at least I gave Treasure Planet.
you know who's a really bad twist villain though? Like a horrible one. I do not remember his name, but the dude in freaking Atlantis. That was a Disney movie, right?
It was, and I have not seen it. Or if I did, it was a very long, like when it released a long time ago.
Okay.
I don't even know the main
So
character's name.
The reason why I think he's a terrible, terrible twist villain, I can't remember his name because it's just been so long since I've seen the movie. The reason why I think he's such a terrible twist villain is because they literally say that he is, more or less, they literally say he is a bad guy. He is the bad guy. He says it himself. He's like, I'm basically the bad guy. And then at the way into the movie, the fucking main character is like, I'm an idiot for not noticing it. It's like, yeah. That one's that one's awful to say.
Hey, what are you doing, Gruntor? I need to kill you.
I'm trying to think of good Disney twist villains, but the only ones that seem to be good are the ones that are in Pixar movies. It's hard for me to be like, I know that's a Pixar movie. I guess you could also argue some older movies have some twist villains too. It's just everyone thinks of was Pixar?
Yep, it was Pixar. If it was 3D animated and it was before 2010, it was Pixar. More than likely.
God, no. Bellwether was terrible too. And that wasn't Pixar. Disney, I'm trying to give you something good. You know,
Yeah, I'm thinking of John Silver for now, even though it was obvious to the audience. But at least the characters were surprised by it. I'll give it that one. Yes, I finished. I beat it.
Good job.
Finally. And all I get for it is
Turbo was
5,000 bolts. What?
Turbo from
From Wreck-It Ralph? I
First
mean,
one?
yeah, it wasn't
He's
awful.
not that bad. I'm trying to give them any sort of credit at this point.
Undead Grunthor! I get to kill a Grunthor that I already killed? Because who are we kidding? If there's a dead Grunthor, it's probably my fault.
I want to say Waterloo's so bad because he's so good.
Pixar!
He's like, I know that's what I was gonna say. He's again Pixar. I give up. There's no good twist villains except for those two, I guess. Ooh, their name is Sue. How pretty. You're gonna kill a prehistoric animal?
Well, it was a Grunthor. You know what that means. I have to genocide it.
It's already genociding. You're gonna double genocide it.
Yeah, I don't see a problem here. Uh-oh. Where is... Oh yeah, I have the shield. I should be using that.
Skeletal scan. They have skeletons? Alright, Mayo. I'm gonna tell you something, but you have to promise not to poo your pants.
Uh-oh.
Inside of all of our bodies resides a skeleton.
Oh, too late. Promise broken.
Oh, hey. What we call too spooky for Mary.
I mean, that's a very easy threshold to meet.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel bad when I say that, but it's like, it's true. You know it's true. You won't.
Oh, I know it is.
Granted, in my defense, I wasn't the one who said it, so you can't be upset at me from the objective. Well, you can.
What do you mean you did say it?
No, you said it, and then I agreed with you.
Oh, I was.
Worse.
Oh, you're talking about like the fact that I said I was scared. Oh no, I was talking about the fact that you mentioned the scary thing.
Oh, yeah, that was all my fault.
Yeah, I got some boots that I already have. Yay! The
or you didn't
Carbonox
get any
are...
booze.
Yeah, the Carbonex armor was already included as a pre-order bonus, so I already have them. But
You know, I'm glad. I am glad that they still are going down this route of what's it called? Of
You've gotten a little quiet back there. Everything
making
okay?
it possible for
misrepresented the difficulties of
you to get the pre-order bonus stuff. They've been doing this actually a lot in a lot of modern games that aren't from like EA, where they're giving you the ability to actually get the like pre-order bonuses in some shape or form. And I'm glad they're finally going down that route because I was never a fan of pre-order exclusive stuff. Just not for me.
I don't mind that it exists if you can still get it in some form.
Yeah,
Like,
as long as
even
you get,
even
like,
if it's
exact.
even if it's just something like you have to pay like $2 for a DLC, I can live with that. But
Yeah. I think
I hate to see you go.
I think Doom Eternal did something similar, but theirs was even worse because they had skins that were being sold for like $5 or something ridiculous when they were not worth that much. Like for stuff that if you
before
were
we
on
stop,
Amazon
this over
Prime,
here was the Rift portal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, already got it. Got that one a long time ago.
Well, if you were even more curious, you could have
Really?
just checked if you had the
Mort's limeade
Q-Force
recipe's slowly coming
comic,
along.
because that's what was.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Oh, you can.
And I only know that because I was googling.
I can swap out my wrench. Well, you already know what I'm picking here. Worthless crap, worthless crap, worthless crap, worthless crap, or Keyblade. Well, what do you think I'm picking?
Well, I mean, we are a Kingdom Hearts channel after all.
Yeah, I keep for something.
Also, I told you there was a Keyblade in this game.
I already knew that. I beat the game, remember? It doesn't show because it's only for Ratchet.
I think you were just upset at me because I like spoiled it kind of, but it was a cosmetic, so I didn't care about mentioning it.
I mean, it's a cosmetic, but it's a cosmetic for gold bolts, so... And realistically, that person making that guide should not have been using it.
Oh no, they weren't using it. I was just trying to find all the references from the Lorbs, and they were just talking about like all the other references, like it just plastered throughout the game.
Oh, where did that barrel go? Well, I think it just went up to space. So, thank y'all for watching. Next time, we're gonna go see what Ratchet was doing, I guess. There's really much else to do right now.
He's probably just asleep in his
Either he's still in Savali.
Yeah, he's been asleep. I was gonna say he was asleep in his car because I couldn't remember what kind of vehicle he used. He uses a ship.
Yeah, he uses the same kind of ship
For
that we're
everyone
using.
for all two people who aren't aware that is in fact a ship.
Yes. See y'all then. Goodbye. El toast, toast, toast.
Chicken tenders, don't forget to subscribe, but do not hit that bell button because if you do, I swear Mayo will beat you up from inside the basement. He's learned the arts of how to do it. Don't test him.